My name's Zio, and we've got us a headline to unpack here, and man, this one's a doozy. Once again, our esteemed navigator Hiro Arai is back to give us the scoop for January and beyond. Central City rings in the new year with some brand new decor, and you remember Shandy, right? Well, she's back, and she's got some goodies in the shop. Yep, more seasonal points. The Nord Rappies from last year make a comeback, and this time big ol' Emperor Rappy joins in on the fun. So big, so cute, so fluffy. It always makes you feel so bad beating up something so cute, but at least they don't die. Well, not in front of us. Remember what I said about farming seasonal points 3 months in a row? Yup. On January 11th, Central City becomes a winter wonderland of sorts, and our girl Shemi is back. Of course, she brings an assortment of goodies with her, and we'll have the usual assortment of limited time tasks. We're also having an ARCS record for that week involving Ordinal Tower rank 7 for both solo and party play. So test your metal solo on your favorite classes and grab your squad to beat your best scores. We're also getting board races for North Alio and Ritem. Of course, seasonal event means new limited quest. This one is called Practice Drill Sandstorm Windup. This one is yet another cannonball quest that has you square off against a snow carving Calcundo at the end. The January 25th update will bring us the new combat sector called the Nusen Plant. We see a number of familiar creatures in here from the other regions. Now, triggering PSE bursts in here causes enemy spawns to change and also grants player buffs. You'll also have things like decoys to grab enemy attention and sky chargers that buff dive attacks. You'll also have plasma charges that deal massive damage to a nearby enemy when you do a step dodge. You're also going to encounter a rather familiar foe from base PSO2. You might remember the good old Quartz Dragon from Amdiskia, right? Well, this guy's called Quartz Skoden, and it has a chance to drop a sweet looking weapon camo. If you played the OG Phantasy Star Online, you'll no doubt recognize this, but you can also use this camo for rods and partisans. The Geometric Labyrinth is also getting some love. They're making it easier, but they're also giving more options to further fine-tune the difficulty. They said they're adding a new rank to this sometime in March, and I hope it has some decent rewards. I seriously hope they carry forward what they learned from Cannonballs and Ordinal Tower and provide some meaningful loot with this thing. If you're gonna challenge us like this, you better damn well have some good loot to go with it. Now, Glenn and Kanui are also getting their own mini-episode. We're going to learn some more about this dynamic duo in charge of the forces in Stia. We can take our 7 and 8 star gear all the way to plus 60, but that's going to take a special arms refiner that drops in the new Nusen Plant. They also showcased a number of quality of life features coming down the pike. For one thing, they're moving around gathering spots in Alio to make them easier to collect. There's also a wanted item list that lets us find things in shops easier. There's also an option that lets us see emote variants in the preview window. So that was January for you. Now, we knew this was coming for a while. That's right, a rematch with our old friend Dark Falz. The setting? Lake Halfia, of course. We all knew there was something hella sus about that place. This is the new Dark Falz Aegis raid boss scheduled for February. Now here's what the first half of 2023 looks like. In February we have the aforementioned raid boss. We're also getting 2 different limited time quests and different versions of enemies in exploration zones. They didn't say much else beyond that though. March, of course, is the spring event, and it'll have 2 different limited time quests. This is also when we get the new rank in Geolab. Now, April and May are the interesting ones. Yep, we're finally getting our gunblades. Now, I imagine we're getting our first look at that in February's headline. They'll give us our first sneak peek of the moveset, then they'll explain more about it in March, and then finally the actual rollout sometime in April. They did the exact same thing with Waker over the summer. Now, May will have the 2nd anniversary event with 2 new boss rush quests and a limited urgent quest. This also brings us chapter 5 of the story. Is this where we finally learn the secrets of Halpha? I know some people were really disappointed with Stia. Now, even more interesting is June. They're calling this the Ultra Evolution Update. They didn't say much outside of us getting creative spaces, level cap of 75, and new class skills. Now, they wanted to roll out creative spaces in the spring, but when they made the announcement, they got such a strong response that they decided to push it back. Since this was such a popular feature in the base game, I can see they're really wanting this to be the best it can be when they bring it out. So, good on them. They're also having a number of campaigns to ring in the new year. So, starting on the 28th, we're getting 10 a day free SG scratches, Pre-scheduled urgent quests with XP, rare drop, and fix-it boosts? Yes please. Now on the 4th, we're getting double drops on special augment capsules, plus a nice enhancement and augmentation boost to go with that. So if you haven't upgraded any of your gear in a while, this is a good time to do so. Now we have everyone's absolute favorite segment, the Operation Report. Players are wanting more Ryuker devices. They said they would look into it, but they have to be careful with how they implement this because of field races. Also, too many icons on the map would make them hard to click on. Players are wanting to have their old titles from base PSO2 and NGS. They've been getting this request a lot, so they're going to roll out a feature that lets us do just that in the future. The texture resolution in the preview window is pretty low, making it hard for players to preview just what they're getting exactly. They plan on having the preview window match your texture resolution settings. The caveat here is that it's PC only. Players don't feel the transport truck trial is worthwhile given how long it takes. They know this trial takes longer than others, so they're going to make your PSE level go up when you finish it. Now the final one is about creative spaces. Some players think it's too much work building everything from scratch and are wondering about templates. They plan to add a feature that lets players share blueprints of their designs with others. They're also going to add a ranking feature that showcases the most popular designs. I can see a lot of nightclubs and other interesting places being super popular on both JP and global. Next headline will be on January 31st. So now I ask you, what are you looking forward to the most next year? What do you think Ultra Evolution entails? You know how much I love chopping it up with you in the comments section and on the streams. Come on by and hang out sometime. We'd love to have you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and Happy New Year. And remember, to thine own self be true. Until next time, farewell.